Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And today we are doing episode 3 for Chucky. And joining me, as always, is my co-host from the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, Terrific Trav and Rebellious D. How you fellas doing today?
That's right. Hey, no, I ain't no goof, bro.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Terrific.
all I want to say is that I'm happy that D is back because he was in the underworld shooting zombies, and he told us, "Hey, you guys go. Y'all got an interview today."
And I was on the other side, like, hey, I'll hold him off.
Exactly what happened.
D had all he had was the arrows, and he only had one left.
And then I bumped into Jamel, and he was like, "Let's do this."
Kung Fury. But before we get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks and D. Like you always say,
podcast in the description. Like, follow, subscribe to the channel, and thank you for watching.
So let's go ahead and get into it. Another good episode of Chucky. I like what they're doing with Jake right now and how Chucky is trying to persuade this man into becoming a killer. And like D always says, monsters aren't born, they're created, which is something that they said at the end of the episode too, which was something that I like. Well, they didn't say it in those exact same words, but you guys know what I mean.
Oh, we know what you mean.
We know.
What was the song that they played on the first episode? Wasn't it the same thing? Like, monsters aren't born?
This is how villains are born.
Yeah, this is how monsters are born, or something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember the song that.
This is how villains are made. Something like that.
It was something like that. They played it when his dad destroyed Jake's art
sculpture,
gotcha.
that he was doing.
Damn.
So
his altar. He said his altar.
I said his sculpture.
Oh, I heard altar, and I was just laughing.
All I know is Jake's
this
dad
man had the doll altar.
Hey, bro,
he had enough of that sculpture. As soon as they left, he just tore it off the shreds.
But this episode, I mean, like, Jake, he's still trying to cope with losing his dad, and the thing that's weird about this is that, you know, on one hand, he's upset that his dad died and whatnot. But then on the other hand, it's like he knows that Chucky killed his dad and he's not doing anything about it. Because it's like Chucky is truly like the only friend that he has at this point. Yeah. And I like how Chucky in front of Jake, he's like this goody two shoes. He's giving him advice and whatnot. But then when he's not with Jake, he out here killing people. It's just
I didn't kill the maid. I didn't kill her. What? Like, come on,
I'm not a monster.
Yeah. One thing before we go any further, did anybody notice that the guy in the house playing the dad is the psychiatrist from Colt?
No, it just looks like him. So
are you sure?
I'm pretty sure because when I looked at the cast listing, it's not
good with faces, Trav. I'm telling you.
I don't know. I was pretty sure when I looked up the cast listing, it wasn't the same guy.
Are you checking it now?
You're talking about Devon Sawa.
Yes, no. I was gonna ask you, did he? Okay, when she gets possessed, that is Colt. That was the last one where she kills him, right? Because he was like groping her or whatever, taking advantage. Dude, I think that's the same actor.
I don't know.
No,
I mean, it could be. Trav, are you looking?
Are you talking about Jake's uncle?
No, her dad. Whatever the bully girl, her dad. Yes, her dad.
It did. You know what's so crazy is it looked like him, and the thought crossed my mind, but I was like,
well, I only bring it up because is this a scenario? Okay, you know the lady in who played the one of the bad guys in Luke Cage, how she doubled in another Iron. She was in Civil War as the lady's mom.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Do you think it's a scenario like that? Because I'm pretty sure that's the same guy.
Well, I do know, to piggyback off of what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah.
And Captain Marvel, one of the girls who played the Kree in that movie, she's playing a character in the Eternals movie.
Interesting.
But she's a completely different person in this. Because, you know, in that movie, and Captain Marvel, she had on makeup and all that stuff. So it's like she can play another person, like a real person.
I just find it interesting if
okay, so it is the same actor.
Okay.
It has not been verified that it's actually him, though. So, yeah, I'm glad you brought it up because I totally forgot about it.
Now, I
look just like him.
Yeah, I only bring it up to y'all because do you think this is like a prequel?
No, it's a sequel. It's already been.
It's
a sequel.
It's
a sequel. Yeah.
Well, that's the confusing thing because it's like we know in Cult of Chucky, Andy he dies, but then in this, it's like so I'm assuming that he survived.
Andy didn't die.
No, Andy didn't die in the last.
Oh, that's right. He locked him in the room. Right?
Yeah, he
was just locked in the room.
Right, that's right.
I'll say
but
this.
But hold on. I thought he left him for dead though, and then locked him in the room.
No, he basically kind of framed him because he sent the Chucky in there, but Andy had put a gun in him.
Andy put the gun in Chucky and killed that Chucky.
Yeah,
and then he was locked. He was locked in.
Okay, it's been a couple of years since I've seen this.
Yeah, me too.
My memory is kind of hazy on that, but
I'm a huge Andy fan. He's a pretty cool character. I think it's even cooler because they got him to come back and reprise the role. That's the sweet part. But
I just like the fact that Andy from Toy Story's name is Andy, and and Toy Story, like, because when we had interviewed Cedric,
well, Josh Whedon did that on purpose.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Josh Whedon named him Andy from Child's Play. Right.
That's neat to know. But yeah, Banks, keep us going on the road trip. I just didn't want to forget to mention it. I was like, dude, I think that's the same guy, and I was wondering if y'all had noticed it too.
No, but, that's cool. But no, it's just crazy because like we see Jake and he gets the notifications on his phone that Lexi, she's running, and you know he's chasing her in the woods. He has the knife and everything,
looking crazy.
And then it's like he ends up rolling up on Junior, and like Junior had her phone, and it's like I thought Junior was gonna see him with the knife, but it's just crazy to see that this is the path that Jake is going down. It's like, is he going to kill somebody, or is he too afraid? Because we see that when Lexi actually comes over to the house, and Chucky's just like, well, why didn't you kill her? It's just like, well, if I would have killed her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like there's cameras on the property and whatnot. It's easy for a doll to move around, you know what I'm saying, compared to a human being killing somebody and blood being everything. Like if Jake would have killed her, he would have panicked. He would have had known what to do with her.
Yeah, exactly. And another funny thing, since you mentioned it, Banks, is that Chucky does all his stuff like at nighttime. You know, like his dad was in the damn basement, for God's sake. Even tonight, the kid was upstairs. They were having a party. Lights are low. So yeah, but continue.
That was on accident too. He was whoops. Like, he was pretty much like, whoops. Oh well.
You're next. Yeah, sounds like killer mentality.
Now, I want to ask you guys this too. So, Devin, it's like, what do you guys think about him and Jake? Because I have a feeling that Devin, like, he's just manipulating Jake as well. Because he's trying to, because I mean, his mom, she's a cop, you know, she's a detective and whatnot. And then he has the podcast where he talks about cases and stuff like that. And I just have a feeling that he's only trying to get close to Jake. So that way,
to get more details.
So that way
he's playing detective.
He's playing detective.
He's like L, and that's his light.
Yeah, good comparison. But D, I mean, take the mic, man. Like, how do you feel about that?
I was pretty excited about this episode. I know I talked to you earlier, and you said it was good before I had finished it, and it was good. So this just got me a little hype. I agree. I think that he's trying to get close because his mom's a damn detective. So he's just kind of. He's like, you know, remember he offers them to come on his podcast as a guest and all that stuff. So I don't think it's coincidence at all. Trav?
Yeah. And it's cool because it can go either way, right? It could be he's trying to help him. It could be that he's using him to get close so he can crack the case. Or, and this is a little theory I thought of, maybe he's trying to prove that Chucky is a doll that's killing people. And that's why, like, he already has that thought in his head, the same as his mother. Yeah. And they both just have those senses about him. And here's my thing, dude. If this is canon, wouldn't the Chucky doll be news that, like, this is a known thing?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying too, because it's like, it's just really weird. You know, you have somebody playing a double role now, and nobody in this town seems to know, because it's his hometown. Why wouldn't they know about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't it wouldn't be on the news?
To keep it hush hush, but I agree with both of you guys that it's just
he had the newspaper clippings.
Yeah, like but I'm saying, like, why is it
so? Like, these aren't like children. These are like, what are they in high school?
Teenage. Yeah, they're
like middle school. I think I'll say middle school.
Nah, bro, they drinking.
They drinking, smoking.
Okay, and
it's like,
bro, it's high school.
I just find it interesting that none of them are really are are paying attention to it, and it's like he's got the only Chucky doll in the whole town, and it's like it's just really weird.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but yeah, they're in middle school. I'm looking it up on Wikipedia right now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he's 14, right?
Yeah, a 14-year-old middle school student. Yeah.
Bro, I was a freshman in high school when I was 14.
I was too, but I mean,
okay,
maybe they're in the 8th grade. You know what I'm saying? Maybe.
Yeah.
So all these kids dumb is what they're saying. They all failed a grade.
I just it's just some of this, and then we speed along a little bit to the conference with the parents, and the mom is late. Mm-hmm. Junior's mom is late to the conference, and her old man looked like he was waiting for her to come in there. He was like, he just kept turning around looking like Sean Connery.
Let me ask you this though, bro. So they leave. They tell the kids they're going to the conference.
Yes.
What is their name? Alexis, something like that. Lexi and her sister.
Yeah.
Hey, watch your sister. We going to the conference, bro. They've been gone for hours. It's a school conference, bro. As a parent, I know this thing is an hour. Like to go there, do the conference, and come back, bro. It is now late at night. Where are these parents,
going
bro?
On?
How are they not back from this conference yet, bro?
Yeah, but I mean, it's wild. And then to keep on that whole thing, Jake ends up taking Chucky over to Lexi's house because her sister. It's like she has a fixation on Chucky ever since she first saw him at the talent show. And of course, on last week's episode, they were talking and she considers Chucky a friend, but I have a feeling that she's going to be the same way like Chucky was, going back to the flashback when they showed like how he became a killer and whatnot. And we go back to the 1960s. I thought that flashback showing like how he became who he was. Mm-hmm. It was interesting to the Chucky character. What's Chucky's real name again? I'm mad. Is it
Charles Lee Ray?
Yeah, Charles Lee Ray. I think it was interesting. And then, to see like he watched his dad get murdered by the guy, and then him and his mom went in the closet, and then he killed his mom, and then he told the murderer, he was just like, "Hey, I helped you out." And I like what the murderer did too, where he was just like, "Hey, you always got to cover up your tracks," and then he gave him the knife. So now it's just like the police when they arrived there, they would think that Charles was the one that murdered his family.
Michael Myers.
I mean, he did murder his mom, but you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
How did you feel about the flashback, Trav?
I love these little flashbacks they've been doing about going into his life at the birthday party. Like he goes to tell Jake about the first time he murdered somebody, and they go to the birthday party, and he's like, or sometimes it's just an annoying ass bitch. You know what I mean? And they never show him actually killing. You just assume maybe she's the first person. But so this is what I want to bring up. So in Seed of Chucky, when he has the daughter/son that they don't want to kill. And he's like, it's the family business. We've been doing it for generations.
There's a lot.
And then they show these flashbacks, and his parents are like regular ass people. So
it shouldn't surprise you because Chucky he's nothing but a manipulator.
Yeah,
he's a parasite.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
been manipulating people. Look at Andy. He was talking.
I just thought it would have been cooler if he came from a line of
houses and stuff. So.
Yeah, it just would have been cooler if he actually had like a family business, kind of like in Hunter x Hunter, where Kilauea or whatever his name is comes from a line of assassins. Kahlua comes from a line of assassins. Man, how cool would it have been if he actually comes from a line of serial killers, bro? Like that would have been sweet.
I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, that would have been kind of cool.
But I mean, like with this show, it's like they've kind of retconned certain things. We talked about it last week with the whole voodoo stuff and.
What happened to one doll?
You see in Cult of Chucky, like there was about like an army of Chuckies there and stuff like that. Now, something else that I wanted to touch on was like how everything went down at the party because Oliver was there. He was dancing with Lexi, having himself a good time. He brought the alcohol. Junior, he felt some type of way about that. Why didn't you ask me to bring it? I'm your man. And she was just like, because you would have got in trouble. But it's like, we already know that Lexi likes Oliver. You know what I'm saying? Like, Chucky proved that at the talent show. But it was crazy when Chucky killed him. And then when Chucky had her in the room and set the room on fire, and You know, honestly,
He's out there
I would
looking
have put on
Firestarter.
if this show would have came out like when we were younger, still in high school and stuff. It would have been sweet if they would have played Lloyd Banks on Fire. You know what I'm saying? Or they could have played Nelly's It's Getting Hot in Here. You know what I'm saying? But it's like
they was dancing. They was dancing downstairs.
Yeah, they was dancing. They was having a good time. I thought that the one girl was gonna turn around because she was right next to the steps, and then she would see that it was fire. But it's gonna be interesting to see what's gonna happen on next week's episode. And I don't think
remember the sister upstairs too. She's sleeping in bed.
Yeah, I don't think Lexi's dead, but I do feel like it's going to be one of those situations where she's going to be telling people that Chucky is real and all this stuff, and people are just going to be looking at her like she's crazy. And it's going to be like, what's that movie that we all watched but we haven't reviewed yet? The movie with the deaf chick and the boy was bullying her. What was that movie called?
Oh, you're talking about
Silent Voice.
Silent Voice,
the anime.
Yeah. Remember in that movie, it's like the bully.
I thought he was talking about Hush at first.
Me too.
I was like,
but remember the bully in that movie, like he was bullying the chick, and then when all his friends turned on him, you know, they started bullying him. So I could see that being a theme with Lexi, because it's like she's been a bully her whole life, and now she's gonna see how it feels to be ridiculed and to be.
I definitely think she's going to be our final girl. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. This is going to be character building.
I like that.
Yeah, I think she's going to become. You know, I mean, theoretically, all horror movies and shows have to have a final girl.
Yeah,
but yeah,
Trav?
I think that's what they're going for. Trav.
Yeah, we'll see. I like that this thing can take all these directions. That's why I'm really enjoying the show.
Now, one thing I want to ask you guys before we wrap up, it's been on my mind all day. Who do y'all think, who do you think the mom's meeting up with? Do you think it's, do you think it's, what's the kid's name doing the podcast? No, not Junior. Do you think it's Devin's mom?
I don't know. I
don't know. That's the thing.
It's gonna be a mystery when it's finally revealed who she's meeting up with. For all we know, it could be the janitor at the school.
Bro, like you said, about the dad being the same guy from Cold of Chucky. Yeah. From what I read online when you brought it up, it's just him playing another role. It's not the same guy. So
that's fine. It's just weird. You know, why would you?
It's weird that they would do that if this is interconnecting. I don't like that. That's confusing as shit.
Weird. Yes.
Yeah.
Like at least
what's it called?
The lady on Luke Cage and Civil War, they had nothing to do with each other. I mean, they were both Marvel titles, but that was literally it.
But everybody thought that it was the same character at first because she was in the movie, and like they was just like, okay, like that's how you connect the TV
Mariah Stokes
movies.
That was
but unfortunately, it wasn't that.
Didn't get that far, man.
I hope that it is him. So
yeah, it's just, you know what I mean? It's just interesting. So
maybe the internet is just wrong because he's not listed in the casting neither. So maybe they kept that spoiler away. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, one thing, while Banks is looking for that, do you guys start with you? Do you think anything's going to come of it? You know, they showed the Junior's dad the video of her dressed up as his brother. Dude, I thought he was about to slap the taste out of somebody's mouth.
Yeah, you can already tell. Again, the mom's not my child parent. So what's it called? I think at the end of the day, it's just going to cause turmoil in the marriage, but nothing more really than I think Lexi's going to change her ways after the Chucky attack. Personally,
yeah,
I think her and Jake are now going to have a bond because at the end, Jake went from trying to kill her to oh snap, you know. He heard the fire alarm. He knew something happened.
Yeah.
So I got a feeling now they're gonna, have
I think she's gonna be
a bond over it or something.
I just think she's gonna be the thing that pulls him away from the edge. You know what I mean? Like she's gonna be the one because Chucky's just manipulating from Jump Street. As soon as he revealed himself to him, it was like, I didn't kill the maid. It's like, dude, you killed my dad. Why wouldn't you kill the maid? You know, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, also too, something I was gonna bring up. I had a brain fart. It was something about when Jake was at the graveyard at his parents' grave, and like they showed Chucky's grave. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm wondering if that's gonna play like a part later on, because it's like, why would they show his grave? You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to remember, he wasn't killed in his hometown. So that right there goes to show you too. Well, it's like, who set up the gravestone for him? You know what I'm saying? Like, what family does he have?
I'm assuming Tiffany.
Yeah.
But that's like, but why would she put the gravestone in his hometown? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you got to think that she's in on everything for one.
Yeah.
So it would only play to their, you know what I mean? Like, this guy's dead and gone. Maybe it's his benefit that everybody believes he's dead and gone.
I was about to say, what's it called? He died 20 years ago. And before you get into Bride of Chucky, she still ain't found anybody since then because she's a psycho herself and can't find anybody. So I could imagine she was grieving when he died and, you know, straight up had a full-fledged funeral for this psychopathic killer.
Yeah. Okay. It's just something I was just wondering about. But D, final thoughts on the episode and what's your rating?
All right, man. Keep this thing going. I'm loving the direction of it. Can't wait to see more character development and see some more secrets uncovered. I'm going to give this episode, wasn't a fan of the only kill in the episode, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Let's keep it going. Trav?
Yeah, I'm also going to give it an 8 out of 10, but not because of just the kill, but because, like Dee brought up, the confusion with the dad being the same actor from Cold and Chucky, who's the psychiatrist. Like, wow. And then, again, I had questions about him killing his mom, but him saying that he came from a long line of serial killers, family business, and then I guess, Chucky was just probably fucking lying to his son. You know what I mean? So...
Yeah.
I don't know, but still super solid. I can't wait till next week.
Yeah. For me, I'll give it an 8 out of 10 as well. I really enjoyed the episode. I like the direction that they're going in, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen on next week's episode, because it's like, I do think that Lexi isn't going to die. You know what I'm saying? If she does die, it's going to be wild. But you know how they always say when it comes to like horror movies and stuff, if you didn't see the body, then that person, they didn't die. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen on next week's episode, and hopefully somebody can get into that house and save them. Trav, I mean, I know you were saying something earlier about her parents not being there. This is when the parents roll up to the house and they're just like, what's going on? Like, why is the house on fire?
And she the mayor.
Yeah, she's the mayor.
Like, all this stuff doesn't really happen real mayor. I would assume the mayor would be a little bit more, I don't know, maybe security. Or I don't know, bro. But she just attended. Huh?
What does her dad do? Is he a doctor?
We don't know. That's the thing.
He's a psychiatrist.
Yeah, he's a psychiatrist who's running a cult.
Yeah, exactly.
But Trav, let everybody in social media land know where they can find you at.
Hey, that's right. You can find me on Instagram at ZK Audio. You can find me on the Twitter at TRAVIOSZK, where you can also find me on Letterboxd, where I am ranking and reviewing all my movies. Where they gonna find Mr. Rebellious D at?
You can find me at rebellious_D23 at Instagram.com. Hey, and Banks, hey, look, man, the house is clearly on fire. They need a hero. So where can they find you?
Hey, you can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at King_Benji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching this video review. Make sure that you check out some more of our reviews that we have here on the channel, along with interviews and reaction videos. Make sure you check out our podcast, where we have brand new episodes every Tuesday. And then the video of that episode is up here on YouTube that Friday. Like I always say, keep that pinky up, stay safe during the spooky season, and we'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace. Thank you for watching a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content on our channel. Make sure you check out our podcast, where we release new episodes every Tuesday, and the video of that episode is uploaded on Friday. And you can find new episodes of our podcast on all podcast platforms. Make sure you follow all the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, we have a Patreon. If you're feeling generous and would love to donate to us, it's at Leveling Up Banks. And huge shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate you and thank you for the support. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.